Hey everyone, checking back in on the cryptocurrency sector here. It is Monday, May 1st, 1:20 p.m. Eastern. So I'm not trying to boost my ego here. I just want to highlight how technical analysis can be utilized to make profit. And go check out the video that we did over the weekend. We had an expected sell the news reaction today on Monday as Ethereum is being accepted, and it was known that today was the day it was going to be accepted. And personally, right off the top of my head, I forget what it is being accepted for, but I knew that today would be a sell the news event. Now, how did I know that? Because I've seen this play out in the marijuana sector. I've seen it play out with stocks over the past 7 years of trading, time and time again. If a news event is known, you see the market pricing it in leading up into that news event, and then you see profit taking. So another thing that we pointed out in that video was $66 as the must-hold support in the short term. Where did we look? We found that back here. We had an hourly chart. The low of consolidation was 66.07. We pulled back and bounced off of 66 on the dot. So I drew a line there on the video, and I said that's the support that we need to hold in the short term. Look at this dump, 66 to the dot off of that level. And what's that percentage bounce here? Let's see, 14. That is over a 20% bounce right off of the highlighted support. So we knew to be selling today, we knew what support to be watching, and that's an easy way to make short-term profit. So overall on the daily time frame, this is obviously a setback for the bulls, but considering the run-up that we saw, it is not a significant setback. The bulls are still in control coming off of all-time highs. This is going to settle down. The pattern that I'm anticipating is a pattern that I see in stocks all over the place all the time, and it's an equilibrium pattern. We have our high at the all-time high. The inability for the bulls to break that level is what led to that profit taking. They saw 88.10 as our all-time high, and we pulled back from 87.87. So the bulls said, okay, we can't break that high and continue to a new all-time high. Time to take profit, and it just magnified itself to the downside. So we have our low of the dump, our high of the bounce. We're now going to pull back. We're going to form a higher low. We're going to bounce from that higher low and form a lower high. And again, this happens all the time. I call it an equilibrium pattern, and you will see it, watch it play out for the next 15 hours or so, and check back in, and we'll see that it is in a tightening pattern on declining volume. Then we'll be watching for a break of that tightening pattern, and that will indicate short-term direction. So that will be another trading opportunity once this equilibrium pattern, which is very early on forming, again, could play out for another dozen plus hours, but that's what we are going to be watching. So perfect play out of technical analysis. And if there's anybody that doubts technical analysis and its ability on cryptocurrency, all you need to do is show them the last video and then this video, and that is argument solved in my opinion. So Bitcoin on the daily time frame, this is the hourly actually, look at that big bull break, all-time highs. Lack of resistance is giving the bulls a huge move to the upside. So potentially even we have to be watching how these cryptocurrencies trade to each other and relate, because oftentimes we do see in other sectors, we'll see a leader, we'll see profit taking in the leader, and then we'll see that money flow into one of the laggards. And certainly Bitcoin is not a laggard, but just in the most recent blue sky breakout, Ethereum was first. Now we're seeing Ethereum profit taking, and we're seeing a big move to the upside on Bitcoin. So only psychological resistance is here, 1425, 1430, 35, all the way up. And in terms of support, we can look at the hourly time frame, and we're looking really anything. If we consolidate, which we're going to consolidate in the short term because we're very overbought over the past 5 hours, but anything above 1345 is going to keep the higher low pattern alive on the hourly. So because of this big move to the upside, we have plenty of wiggle room on the consolidation. The bulls are in full-on blue sky breakout mode, ideal scenario for the bulls. Litecoin here on the daily time frame, we got an all-time high here as well, but it's not the same reaction, and we're not seeing a strong follow-through. The profit taking has been occurring the past 2 days. You see these upper wicks. The all-time high was up at 1736, and we formed a new all-time high 2 days in a row, but we're not seeing momentum here favoring those bulls. So looking at it on the hourly time frame to get a bit of a different perspective, and here's a key support test. So I would be looking down, and we're watching to see where the candlesticks close to see if they can hold this support. So the low of this consolidation was down at 1655. And we're currently holding that. If we break that, we're looking down at the low of the last period of consolidation, and that's down at 1628. So seeing this profit taking and watching to see if we break the higher low pattern on the hourly time frame, it will certainly stand out as weak. So we'll see if this Ethereum pattern plays out, as I do anticipate that it will, and we'll be watching Bitcoin to see how much upside these bulls have. Ethereum pullback, Bitcoin breakout. I appreciate you guys watching, and we will continue to check back in. This sector is fun.